Hey, this is Rustin with Metalholic Magazine and Mojo Radio, and with me is Geoff Tate of Queensryche. I hear the coffee percolating in the background, at least that's the way I assume what it is. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, good. Just kind of waking up. I just got back from Europe last night, so I'm kind of jet-lagged.
And so the first thing they do is set you up to interview this morning.
Yeah, first thing.
That's always the way that it seems to go. Well, last time you and I spoke was about a week before Christmas. You guys were getting ready to sort of take a break for the holidays. Then you were going back in the studio, and you had the cabaret shows coming up and everything. So I wanted to talk just about a few things. Number one, the cabaret thing seemed like it was going to be sort of a one-off event, but I thought I just saw something about you guys extending some cabaret dates. Is that true? Or?
Yeah, I think they're extended up until October, end of October. Yeah, so it's going pretty well.
So the first offing then really excited people enough that you thought you could take it on the road then and everything?
Yeah, we started getting phone calls from promoters, interested in booking the show. So that's a good sign, especially in today's economy, where concerts are being canceled left and right all over the world. It's crazy. So we feel very fortunate that we have something that people want to see.
Of course, it's morning here. I haven't even had my caffeine yet, so I'm still trying to wake up as we talk. Are you a caffeinated guy or a decaf guy?
I'm tea. Yeah, green tea. That's kind of my drink.
We're showing our age. So when we spoke last time, and I definitely want to talk about the new album because I know you were getting ready to go in and record that, but sort of very fresh in my mind when we talked last time was Ronnie James, and we talked about getting out and seeing the people that you really admire and everything. And then we lost him. And I know that you, just over in Europe, you guys played Neon Nights, which was on your covers album. But now that he's gone, I'm sure you put a lot of reflection and stuff into it. What are your thoughts on everything that's happened?
Well, I'm really pleased that people are having, tribute concerts and events in his name and to help benefit his foundation. I think that's a really positive thing, and it's a great thing about rock fans is that people remember and they keep that music still close to their heart enough to talk about the man after he's passed. It's a good thing. I think he would have liked that.
As I'm sure all Queensryche fans know, he worked with you guys on the second Operation Mindcrime album, so you've gotten to spend time with him. Very genuine, down-to-earth person, isn't he?
Yeah, very much so, yeah. I was actually fortunate to work with him a number of times over the years, and he actually was integral in the beginnings of the Queensryche band, actually. He took us on our first European tour, and we played with him several times in the States as well, and various times around the world at different festivals and things. And I got to sing on a project he did called Hearing Aid back in the mid-'80s.
Right.
He asked me to be part of that. So, Ronnie was, definitely part of the Queensryche experience, all through my whole life, really. He's been influential in, my singing and the band's beginning and, quite a legend.
And obviously, you guys covered Neon Nights from the Black Sabbath era of Dio on the Take Cover album. If you guys now, though, were to look back on Ronnie's expansive music from Elf all the way through Heaven and Hell, and you were, somebody came to you, whether it was Metalholic or another magazine or something, said, hey, we're going to do a tribute. We'd like you guys to do a song. What song do you think you'd pick?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. There's so many, that he wrote or was part of, Gosh, I don't know. I'd have to really sit and think about that.
Well, when you guys did take cover, you guys all brought certain songs to the table that you wanted to put on that album. Who brought in Neon Nights?
I think Eddie did, our bass player. Yeah. We actually covered Neon Nights when we first started playing together years ago. In fact, speaking of the Heaven and Hell album, that album really changed everything. That was a very influential album to most musicians and fans alike. But the stuff he did with Black Sabbath on those first two records was just phenomenal. It when I remember hearing Heaven and Hell, and that was a head turner. You know, that changed everything. The way you thought about, you know, heavy rock music. They really accomplished something special with that album.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. You know, everybody thought, how's anybody going to follow up after Ozzy? But they're two completely different beasts that brought something totally different to the project. And my favorite era of Sabbath, not to, you know, no heresy here, but I love that era with Dio, what he brought.
Yeah, me too. I was never a Black Sabbath fan until he got in the band, and then he changed everything, you know, and made it so much more, I don't know, just made it more interesting, you know, in my opinion.
Now, when we talked last time, you were about to release your second showing of Insania. How did it go?
Oh, good. Yeah, it's all sold out. Yeah, it's doing very well, actually. Very, very pleased with that project.
But you saved some for yourself this time, right?
Yeah, I got a couple cases stashed away in my wine cellar, yeah.
Excellent. And the other thing that we had talked about was the new album. You were getting ready to go in and do that. I think in February you were going to go in and start, you know, sitting down and looking what you were going to do. And you told me you had sort of a conceptual idea, but you wanted to wait until you got in there to see how it was going to play out and everything. Have you actually finished the recording now, or?
We're about halfway through it, I guess. Yeah, we hope to have a finished record out for people in the spring. That's our goal.
Excellent.
So we're working on it in between doing cabaret shows and, you know, some sporadic touring for the rest of the year. But you know, we should be wrapping up on that by Christmas, I would guess.
Is there anything that you can tell us about the new album? You know, some of the
not really much yet. I kind of like to wait till it's all finished and we've got a game plan of how to present it, because our, you know, it's usually when we do a record, we kind of try to push the envelope, you know, and at least for our chemistry, and you know, this is definitely a record that's quite different than anything we've done before, and we're very excited about it and can't wait for people to hear it.
I was hoping that it was going to be out by spring this year, so we've still got like a year to wait. So we'll be chomping at the bit by the time it does come out, but you know, hopefully we'll at least get to see you out on the road. And I see you've gone with My Look now. You've gone back to the shaved head thing. What made you decide to change it up this year?
Well, actually, a really close friend of mine was fighting cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so a bunch of us, friends and family, we all shaved our heads to kind of give her some moral support when she went through chemo. And she's doing really good now. She's back in the saddle and doing well. But I kind of like the shaved head thing. It's actually kind of aerodynamic, you know.
Yeah.